Hi, and welcome to Good Morning Marketers. My name is Justin Smith. I'm a web developer here at ThunderTech. This is my colleague, Matt Stevens. Matt is the manager of multimedia services. How you doing, Matt?
Good, you?
I'm doing all right, thanks. There's been a lot of buzz about 3D. Does it all involve 3D glasses?
No, not all of it. The 3D that involves 3D glasses is called stereoscopic 3D, and that's when you're at the movie theaters or at home and things seem to be popping off the screen. The other area we use the term 3D is with 3D graphics, which is where we animate something using 3D software in a 3D space. What are some different things you can do with 3D graphics?
Well, the limits are really kind of endless. You can do almost anything. And there are really kind of three different ways that you can go about creating 3D graphics. The first one is abstract, and it's really great for things that aren't real. It can be like representing numbers, large sets of data. You can use bar graphs and charts and things like that to sort of just really get your point across. You can kind of create those images in 3D, get them out on the screen so that the viewer can really understand the complex data, and it's just a much easier way to get their head around a concept visually. The second way then would be with a cartoon style animation. This is something you see a lot with Pixar movies, all of the animated features like that. It really just separates the product or the service from reality and kind of just lets you get your point across in terms of the concepts, what your product is really all about. You know, it could just represent a feeling or an emotion. It's a kind of a technique that people are really familiar with seeing. You know, we grew up watching cartoons, and you know, we can really see a character and understand his emotions just based on the way he's acting. The third one then would be photorealism. You see this a lot in Hollywood, you know, movies, special effects, that sort of thing, where you have a relatively real environment. Something in it could be maybe a little surreal. It could be a robot or an alien just kind of coming in and doing something interesting. It could be an animal kind of springing to life and doing something kind of human-esque. And that is sort of just a way to do something that you maybe couldn't do with traditional video or photography.
So something that doesn't actually exist in real life.
Definitely, definitely. Or something that is just really difficult to do. It could be too expensive, or you know, you just might not have the resources to do it. So it's a pretty handy tool.
So what are some reasons that a business should invest in 3D?
Well, it's really eye-catching and interesting. You know, it's a great way to get the viewer excited about what you've got. It's a great way to kind of just change their perceptions. You know, you can do things that you can't normally do, so it's a great way to get them to think a little differently about what you've got and what you're trying to tell them.
And it also just makes some what might be dry information a little bit more interesting. And
sure.
It's a way to explain something a little bit more complex or abstract in a visual way that would be inefficient to do with just words alone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thanks for joining me this morning, Matt. Thank you for watching Good Morning Marketers. If you have any questions about 3D or any questions about anything really, you can get in touch with us through our website, thundertech.com. You can also read our blog, chatter.thundertech.com. Thanks a lot. Oh my gosh, what's that? Can you ask that question again?
Okay. Closer. Oop, I'm wired. Keyboard cat.